You guys have said T-cut is the way forward when it comes to restoring marks and scratches on the top of your woods. Well, in today's video, let's put it to the test. Guys, how you doing? Welcome back to a brand new video. T-cut is the topic of today's video. I want to try and experiment. A lot of you guys suggested it in the last video, so thank you for that. All the suggestions when it comes to refurbing clubs, and T-cut was something that was recommended, obviously normally used to try and treat minor scratches and marks on a car. So I can't see why it would be anything different than obviously the gloss finish that you'd see on a lot of your woods, and it's relatively cost effective. So we need to go to Halfords, go and buy some of that in a minute. I'll show you the condition of both of these hybrids, because both of them have got varying degrees of like big or small marks, and then we can do a bit of a before and after in terms of was it worth it. If you like these kind of videos, guys, please leave it a like, subscribe if you are new, and yeah, let me show you the state of these two hybrids, and then hopefully we can treat them a bit. Okay, so let me show you what we're working with. 910 wood here, you can see all the scratches and the marks here, so I'm hoping to see some kind of success that we can get rid of the top of those. The ones at the front where you see like these sky marks, unfortunately I don't think it's going to be able to do anything about those, but hopefully these ones on the back we can get it a bit more shiny, a bit more gloss. It'd be useful for me to know, as I say, I buy and sell clubs, so if I can try and get these a bit more shiny, then obviously that's going to help the bottom line a bit. But for you guys, obviously, well, it's a bit of an eyesore. You don't really want to see these marks. You can see this one down the bottom here, this 816 hybrid's got scratched at the top there. I think it's got a few marks on the front, but I'm interested to see. Obviously T-cut's quite a cost-effective way, and obviously if we can get these cleaned up, looking a bit better, then obviously it's definitely going to be worth it. Or it might be rubbish, or I might not do it justice and I need to try different methods, but you guys will have to let me know. Okay guys, here we have it. T-cut galore. I've no idea which one's which. I'm just going to go for this standard scratch remover, and then I've got like a microfiber cloth as well to obviously buff out the scratches. But let me know, guys, if potentially we could look at paint ones in the future, or well, there's just tons of it. So let me know what's best, what we could have a look at next. And as I say, as we can get better and better, and obviously get more results from different methods, then obviously it's going to help us in the channel and the community. But anyway, let's go and pay for these, get back, see what happens. And as a quick topic on that, if there are any other like refurbs that you want to see that I haven't done yet, or potentially you could have a look at, whether it's wedges, putters, drivers, then leave a comment down below and I'll be sure to have a look at them, because I'm always up for suggestions and content and anything that can obviously add value to this channel. Okay, quick look before I get into them. Go do a couple of times, obviously apply it with as much pressure as I can, and then let it dry for 30 seconds, buff it out, so on and so forth, a couple of times. 816 scratch, you can see at the bottom there, top of the head of the 910. Well, it's been through the mill, hasn't it? So any improvement will be some improvement. I don't know how effective it's going to be on the bigger ones, but obviously I'll give it a good go, and then we can see any advice. If I'm doing this completely wrong, please do not hesitate to let me know. Right guys, round one complete. You can see I didn't kind of do enough work on the back on that one, but this top right hand corner, well, that's a lot better from what it was, especially with those white marks and scratches. And honestly, I tried to wash those as much as I can, nothing came out. This as well at the top here, let me focus, let's see if I can try and buff that out. And then a few of the others you can see at the top here as well. Sorry for the light, but at the top here you can see that's heavily been scratched at the back there. So let's see if this can do any work to those. But obviously that's the first coat. I mean, instantly obviously looks a lot better. I mean, that's just been polished and buffed up. Same as the back here. Obviously the 816 wasn't as bad, but obviously that mark at the bottom right there, you can still see it some degree. There it is, just at the bottom there. So again, I'm going to do quite a few time lapses. I was going to do it each round, but it's got probably a bit boring, so I'm going to do like 3 or 4 coats each, and then obviously we can get to see the results after that. Boys, we are very much getting there. I'm not going to bother with that one for the moment, just because the amount of what I've realized is that you need to put most of your weight. Like normally if you're doing it on a car, you're pushing against the car on a flat surface. With a golf club, it's so much tougher because it's round and trying to hold it still. Maybe if you have a workshop and a vise, that's going to help to some degree. But that mark right at the top there, I'll show you. I mean, you can't even see it now, but I'll show you where that mark was a minute ago. But when I finally started applying a bit of pressure, putting all my weight down on it, back and forth, well, it's gone.
these marks here, for example, this leading edge, this is the good thing, guys, the leading edge is actually the easiest because you can actually sit the club flat, put your hand here, push against it, and then work across that top edge. So for the majority of our sky marks, which are all on the top, this is brilliant news because, well, I mean, it works. The ones at the back here, where you're trying to get like the back of the toe, like it's definitely better than it was. I mean, let's be honest, anything was going to be better, but when it's on the back edge or down here, it's just so difficult to like hold the golf club flat and put all your weight and pressure on it at the same time to get most of these marks out. But I'm going to give it a few more minutes, then really buff it up, and then we can obviously have a look at where we are. But overall, I'm impressed. I mean, it definitely works. This is obviously like a chrome metallic finish. Other finishes we'll have to work on in the future. Chip marks we'll have to work on in the future, but we've definitely got majority of the scratches out now, which is great. Okay guys, we are done. That is definitely looking a lot better. This mark down the bottom here, where there was a mark, see if you can see it, it's definitely still there. Difficult because it's now so shiny, trying to get my phone to actually focus on it. I'll show you a before and after. I'll show you what mark I was talking about. There's obviously one on the back here, which is pretty much buffed out. There's still oh, there you can see it, just about there. Okay, you can see it. See that tiny little scratch? That was huge. Well, huge. It was a lot bigger when we started, and I'm pretty sure with another 20-30 minutes of grinding, I can't stress enough how much effort and like pressure you need to put on it, like back and forth, keep going, because I thought that wasn't going to go, and then all of a sudden you can start to see it go, and that'll definitely disappear. As long as there's paint under, if you've like gone under the paintwork like these, for example, I mean, you've got no hope. But if you haven't gone underneath the paint surface, you can definitely buff these out. Just like I showed you on the front here, there was these two little marks. Again, I'll show you a before bit. Obviously that nick there you're not going to get rid of, but if you haven't scratched the paint, so you see that big line mark there, which obviously I haven't done, that'll be able to go. It just depends how much time you want to spend on it really, guys, but obviously that looks 10 times better than it did at the start. Obviously there are still some scratch marks. This would be my future projects, how to like infill the paint. Can we do that? Because then all of a sudden restoring woods back to their what they would have been like when you obviously first bought them is going to be very easy. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. What do you think of the results? As I say, £12, no, £7 I think for the tea cut, £5 for the cloth. I'm sure you guys have a cloth at home anyway. And obviously you then can get out majority, as long as you haven't gone under the paintwork, the majority of the scratches of your woods. Right guys, there you have it. Thank you ever so much for watching this video. If you wouldn't mind leaving a like if you found it helpful or somewhat entertaining, that'd be amazing. Subscribe if you're new. See you guys later.